segment 4, last call. Now, this is supposed to be the George Harris segment, but, you know.
I thought it was the George Harris segment.
Well, it is now. You know, we moved you to 3 because, you know, you had somewhere to go. So now.
Well, I called and canceled the appointment because I had to wait so long.
Oh, well, we're sorry about that.
It's okay. Don't
We're
worry.
really sorry about that. I guess
I
you
still
didn't.
love you, man.
You didn't bring my T-shirt or anything.
I didn't have any extra smalls.
He brought you tequila.
Yeah, he brought me tequila. Okay.
There's an abduction.
Well, you know, here's the deal. George had to go, but he said, "Hey, George, we're going to talk about dating next." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Now, George is a old school alpha male, so it'll be very interesting to get if he wants to stick around to get some input on that. So anyway, in Las Vegas Woman's Magazine, which of course is our media sponsor, George, of Danny Vegas Live.
It's a really good magazine,
It is.
by the way.
It is. In fact, George actually picked it up and he actually thumbed through it and said, "Wow, I like this." So anyway, there's a little article about dating tips from a minimalist. Is that what that says?
That does say that.
Okay, so we thought we'd talk about that a little bit, and basically the idea of the article is that it's not all about the price tag, but it's about the experience. Now, George had something cute to say about that. So, now I will say that I think in some ways they're right. You got to have, I mean, I always tell guys, if you're going to go on a date, plan the date, you know, and try to make the experience a good one and to go for the cool, not for the kill. Where George is probably go for the kill and don't worry about the cool.
No, I don't.
All right, G, I know you've been dating the same gal for a long time.
That's not a correct assessment of me at all. But dating for a minimalist? That's basically saying this is tips for cheap people that want to take women out on dates.
So that's basically saying that, hey, it's about saying
And
go
one of the things listed in there is geocaching. Do you know what geocaching is?
To be honest, I do not know
you
what that.
take your phone and you go get the app and you go around and you hunt for little caches. And they give you the coordinates, and you find the coordinates, and you get a cat. Boy, that's a date I want to go on.
That's a date?
Woohoo!
Who wrote this
Well,
article?
first of all, G, I'm surprised you know about geocaching.
Oh, I know about all that stuff. The
okay.
road trip I like because the road trip I could work out, but that's good. That's good. Wait a minute, is there another one? Build a fort?
Road trip. Wait a minute. You're going to be stuck in the car with a stranger for how long? To go where?
George takes her down to Mexico to the Aguave.
South of the border, down to Mexico.
I'm sure I could just see George. Hey, I'm going down to Mexico for a couple days. You want to go?
So he's got the little tequila set up in the back of the car with the driver.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Here, take a sip.
So this.
What's the other one? Pinball and ice cream. Wow, that's a date I've got to.
Hey, I like that idea.
You like that? So,
Yeah.
so that would be for the ladies, it's pinball and ice cream. That would be kind of a date where you don't have to dress to the nine. You don't have to take 3 hours to get ready. You can throw on a nice pair of jeans and you know my sponsor's Las Vegas Women's Magazine.
It's not that it's a sponsor. I could bring 20 women in here and they would read down that list: pinball and ice cream. With the exception of this beautiful angel here. All 9 others would go no. What's the next one? Volunteer together. All of them would go no.
I would do that too. I do not fit the demographic for
How
this
about
article.
paint
obviously.
with a side of wine?
Paint with the side of wine. Everybody, because there's booze in it. Yeah, of course they would do it.
Is it like paint each other, or you actually?
No,
go
it
paint
says,
a
They go paint. It's actually cool. They do this at the restaurant. They come down once a month.
Yeah, and they do
it's
paint
called
party
painting
night.
wine,
Yeah.
and they all get their little thing, and they get their glasses of wine, and the ladies start painting.
That seems more like a date you'd go on with all your girlfriends, not with a guy. Though.
That's exactly right. Look, this isn't dating though.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Because it's not dating. Look, a traditional date is you meet this nice, beautiful lady, and you go,
right.
I'd like to take you to supper. And she says, oh, quite extraordinary. I'd like to go. So get dressed up like and then you go down, you take her to a nice dinner, and she kisses you on your cheek, and you go home.
Now the story. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, alpha male.
Works like that for you.
What if the lady says, I don't really know you that well, so I'm just going to meet you down at Mingo. I don't need you to come pick me up.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's why I believe too. I think just stay.
I like this new thing they have on the thing called Just Lunch.
Yeah, you like that?
It's called Just Lunch. It's a pretty good idea. Then you just dress and you stay in your regular clothes.
Right.
So they get to know you now. Now you're not getting all dolled up. You go for lunch, and you'll know at lunch if you like someone or not want to go on a second date.
That sounds like a date for two
Well, I
people,
didn't. I
too.
never liked that because I just feel like it's kind of designed for women to kind of like just like because women can tell in 5 minutes whether or not you're going to get a second date or not. So it's almost like
and men can't.
No,
we're dumb.
men think differently.
Men are more hopeful.
You know, men are, it's been like, I can't stand this gal, but it looks like I still have a shot, so I'm still going to go as far as I can to see if I have a shot or not.
So true.
That's how
Can't
men
believe
think.
you know me that well.
Yeah,
I think you should take somebody to something that's really funny, because a laugh is a deal breaker for a lot of people. I have one of those really obnoxious laughs where you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. So take me to do something where you're going to hear me laugh.
Well, not
You're
now.
gonna
Not now
know.
that you've admitted you have an obnoxious laugh.
To share with you.
But
You had an opportunity before the obnoxiousness came out.
Well,
But
it's
Mickey,
okay.
you say, at the time and frame of an age that you're at, the hey, don't go out and don't wash your car for 3 days and come pick me up and take me to spend $250 on a dinner. I would be just as happy at the go-kart track.
Well, not necessarily.
I want to know
There is
which
some
women you're
truth in
dating,
that.
please.
Well, I just date one woman as my wife. That's
I know,
the
but
only
there's
one.
not a woman that wants to do any of that stuff.
I can appreciate a nice dinner, but I like to have fun too. And
Right.
now couple the dinner with the go-kart track, that might be the perfect night.
It
But
might be.
He's right. You do usually have to do a little bit more than, take a girl to the drive-through at Jack in the Box and go to the
That's a
pinball
great
arcade.
date. There's nothing wrong with going through that, Jack, especially if Jack is there and he pops his head out the window and says,
All right.
hey, we got a new hamburger.
So let me ask you this, G-Man, alpha male. Like I said, there's only 2 alpha males left. One's in the White House and one's right here. So the question is, you've been dating the same gal for a long time. All right. So do you guys still, when you go out on dates, you put time and effort into it? Or you're like, I haven't been together so long. Who cares? We're going down to Mingo's and have a shot. And that's it.
It's a once a week deal.
Really?
It's got to be, and it's got to be the whole. She requires the whole quinilla.
She sounds pretty high
Got to be
maintenance.
everything. She's not high maintenance.
She's not high maintenance, but she wants, hey, if I'm going to be
says,
committed, I need to spend some
You got
time.
to have. You got to. What's the word she says? Don't treat me like a wife.
Oh.
Wow.
I like her.
Wow. Well, I always say.
Work.
Now all of a sudden I'm a genius, right?
Well, it's true because I tell
she's
married
a
couple,
genius.
I tell
She is a
people all the
genius.
time that if you get to the point where you stop dating, you got a roommate that complains a lot. So it says right here, no matter how you date, make sure you are bonding over fun activities, making the harder times a little easier. Do you agree with that, alpha male?
I believe that the minimalist dating thing, there's not going to be too many dates with too many women.
Well, that's a nice closing line, though. I do agree with that.
Okay, so no, sometimes.
I mean, I know a lot of women, and if they came to me and they said, hey, I went out with Danny Vegas, George. I go, yeah. Well, what you guys doing? I'm thinking in my head, Danny.
Well, everything was fine until his wife
No.
called.
But I'm thinking Danny took her to the Paris, up to that nice restaurant in Paris and stuff, and nice bottle of wine and a rose and this and that. And she just looks and she says, no.
Went to pinball
I go, well, what
arcade.
did he do? He goes, we went geocaching. Woohoo!
Okay, so since I don't know, I do know that there's a thing called was that Pokemon?
I was gonna say, is that like
It's the same-
hunting
it's
for
just
Pokemon?
like-
Oh, okay.
It's just like Pokemon.
Go. Okay, all right.
Went hunting for Pokemon.
Yeah, but we ended up in Sunset Park. But anyway, okay. Well, so basically, alpha male says don't do the minimalist route. That go a little bit more heavy onto the expensive side, or just go down to Mingo's.
I'm not saying go on the expensive side. I'm saying if you're going to take a young lady out, treat her like an angel, take her to a nice dinner, talk intelligently, don't act like a wiener, and act like you own the world. Be truthful, be nice, and then you might end up with.
Might get a little affection.
You might also end up with a permanent person on
Yeah.
your side.
Boy, is that hard to do nowadays.
Oh, I know a lot of dogs. Men are like dogs.
Okay, here we go.
They are. They're just like dogs.
We just went from G R. We're going to R
They
rated.
go right to the fire department. They go right to the fire hydrant and pee on it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I know. I have a lot
Told you
of
what my
people.
mom told me.
Yeah, I know.
What did my mom tell me, Danny? Come on, tell her.
Well, some
99% of all
men are
born
cheaters.
cheaters, and the other 1% are
lying about it.
Liars.
She goes, which one are you going to be, son?
Well,
Sort of boxed me in there, Mom.
yeah.
Goodness.
Anyway,
I'm really
Look,
glad.
my mom made me take dancing. She sent me to Arthur Murray School of Dance. She taught me how to cook. She taught me how to clean. She taught me how to sew my own clothes because she said, no woman will ever marry you.
well, Gee whiz, George, you were only going to stay a minute. And now the whole show's over.
Here the whole time.
That's what happens. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun.
Hey,
we didn't even drink any juice.
No, we didn't. Hey, and Mickey, thank you for being the co-host today.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
Keep your eye out. The Mickey Manning Alive show is coming up in May. Keep an eye out for the next Danny Vegas event. I'm looking for a venue. I have George right here, so I bet I'll seal the deal in the next minute. And that's it for this week. We got Ariel coming up next, so stand by for that. We'll be back next week.